But please, let's welcome Erin Barry, who is the head of talent for Code Red Partners, a person to know. She will help you get any job you want. So let's kick it off.
Thank you. Okay, hi. Can you hear me okay? Okay. So my name is Erin Barry, head of talent for Code Red Partners, and I'm going to be talking to you a bit today about security hiring trends. I've been recruiting just cybersecurity for about 4 years in my career. Before that, I was recruiting tech. I've been recruiting about 8 years. So I feel like I know a bit about security recruiting at this point, but I'm very thankful to have you guys let me speak to you all. And I'll kind of kick things off with some uplifting statistics. I know over the past 6 months, it's probably just doom and gloom every time you jump on any website. But things are expecting to get better. U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, 35% growth year over year, 2023 up to 2031. So that feels really nice, but what exactly does that mean? One more little statistic, I'm sure you guys see these all the time. They're a little fluffy, right? 3.5 million open security jobs by 2031, but what kind of jobs? What exactly does that mean? And that's really what I'll be concentrating on. So this is a bit of a spicy take, I do admit. I am, humble brag, I have helped build a couple of these teams you see up here. So I know how difficult their bars are and exactly what that tech looks like. So FAANG. I'm sure a lot of you hear that a lot, FAANG, Meta, sure. But it stands for Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. Over the past couple of years, when I started out, everybody wanted at least somebody who's worked at one of these companies. But as things have flipped a bit, we're seeing things change. So one thing I say is take a look at the tech being used around you to overcome day-to-day problems. So if you pull out your phone and look at the apps on your phone, looking at the apps on your peers' phones, your family's phones, that's a good indicator of this is somewhere that I would like to work. This is something that people are utilizing. Of course, everyone uses Apple, Amazon, Meta, but there's about 100 companies, I'd say, that have just as good engineers and just as hard tech bars. Also, too, we're in the age of innovation. So the big talk lately has been AI. Last year it was cryptocurrency, machine learning, autonomous vehicles, drones, metaverse, Oculus. There's a lot going on, and a lot has come out in the past year or so. Companies and hiring managers are increasingly looking for builders. So what is a builder, right? It's somebody that can stay hands-on in the weeds, even if you're a manager, architect, tech lead. If something needs to be built, if there's an issue, can you jump in the weeds with an engineer or two and remediate it? Can you fix it? Or are you somebody that's just been like sitting in silos? If a problem happens, you can't do anything. So stay hands-on, stay in the know, stay as builder heavy as you can. Okay. Piggybacking back on that, I'm sure if you listened to Sasha yesterday, head of security for Grammarly, he said, I don't want people that can't code. Now, I hear a lot from security hiring managers that they want people who can code and build. And I usually will follow up with, is this production level code or taping together some systems, scripting? Of course, they'll say, oh, it doesn't have to be production level code, but you at least need to have the ability to complete projects with a few more engineers, is what I always say. Also, too, embedded hardware security. Architecting and building secure products within hardware is in high demand. So I will say some of the hardest roles I've ever worked on in my career have been embedded hardware plus software. That is the elusive unicorn, I would say. But if you are working for a company and you have the ability to touch different types of products, whether it's applications, infrastructure, a physical product, software, cloud, touch as many pieces as you can. And then also, too, a big uptake in software engineering. So back to everyone wants a builder, right? So how are these people that are software engineers or SWEs landing their first security position? So there are a lot of security adjacent teams that I work with. Trust and safety, privacy, identity access management has been huge lately. Even like threat intel, detection. And then also too, hottest languages I'm seeing are Python, Go, Rust, C, C++, a lot of Scala coding lately, Linux. Java's a little dated, but you get it. Software engineering's always gonna be lovely. You can land on a security adjacent team and really maximize your compensation at the end of the day. Because we work to make money, to build great products, but a lot of our families are counting on us to support them. And that's just how it is. Okay, so trending roles. Cloud security engineers and product security engineers are starting to be pushed together. More and more of these two pillars, excuse me, I already said that. So infrastructure as code, AWS, GCP, jack of all trades engineer, especially if you're a startup. This is what people are looking for. Threat intelligence, huge uptick in roles, and pay as the world is more remote and at threat than ever. You all know this. If you watch the news in the past year, everyone feels extremely threatened and everyone is remote and isolated. So threat intelligence is really upticking. So software engineers, I know I brought that up, security, trust, safety teams. The reason is companies are looking for their engineers to build out security tooling and platforms internally. It seemed more secure and cost-saving option. So when I first started recruiting security, it was very much like, oh, I can just buy a product off the shelf, implement it, and it's done. But these top tech companies and companies that are trying to get more rounds of funding, cost saving, maybe not lay off half their security team, they're using cost saving options. They're hiring people that could be a software engineer or honestly like a security engineer in their own right. Guess what? You're gonna save money. This person can do two things. Okay, so competition is fierce. Of course, there's a pretty high number of open jobs, and it is getting better, I would say, every week, month after month. More openings are coming up. But with that, there's a lot of competition. I don't know, Meta just laid off how many people? They're all gonna be looking. A lot of layoffs have happened. There are a lot of people that are really freaking good out there interviewing that you're gonna be up against. Something that has really presented itself is how quickly people are up-leveling and upskilling. So I would say the biggest pushback on why people don't want to interview a candidate is zero progression in their career. There's zero growth. They've been a senior for years. Like, why are they not a staff? Why would I want to talk to them? So honestly, if you're in a situation where you cannot up-level, things are extremely stagnant, and you're pigeonholed, it's gonna be time to take a look outside of where you are. People are really paying attention to this. Also too, candidates with transferable skills moving into cybersecurity. A lot of people are coming right out of school, out of SWE roles and getting on security teams, security adjacent teams. And then also too, I know Zach talked about personal branding, stand out from the crowd. So speaking engagements, put them out there. Passion projects also count. So something else I've noticed that's been trending is passion projects and projects that you complete outside of your 9 to 5 or your work, right? I'd say a year or two ago, if you didn't do that work for a company, managers didn't really want to hear about it. Nowadays, I have people that land positions from a night project where they built this product themselves that has nothing to do with what they're doing because they hate what they're doing. But guess what? They can build this. Put it on your resume, put it on your LinkedIn. If you are comfortable with some of the work that you are doing, not specifically for the company you're working for, please get it out there. It's almost just as valuable, if not the same level of value. And like, people are caring about passion nowadays. Like, why do you want to work here? If it is your passion to be in that certain industry, maybe you're interviewing for like a cryptocurrency company. If you're passionate about that, like, make that absolutely known. If you're on the fence, fake the passion. I've seen way too many talented engineers get no's because, yes, they can do the job, but they have no passion for our product. And I'm like, they don't know your product. They're freaking interviewing. But research the company, get excited, pump yourself up. If we're interviewing for this product, we freaking love this product. Think about it, love it. And then remain relevant and in the know. Honestly, month after month, things change. You have to upskill and prioritize your professional development. If the company you're working for doesn't give you anything to develop you, please find it. There are so many tools like free LinkedIn pieces, groups, join Discord, Slack, jump on GitHub and see what's trending, see what people are doing. I'll admit I am one of those GitHub recruiters, so I'm always looking there. So if you're a talented coder, push that GitHub out. If you have created a website or something with all your passion projects and you're excited about that, push that out. Like, everything that you do, it matters. Not just the 9 to 5 job you're working, every aspect of your life matters. Okay, and back to why you need to really just be yourself, put yourself out there. I kind of want to close things on a pretty positive note. Diversity. Things are getting better. People are taking more time to build their teams. And also, diversity, a lot of companies will look at it differently, whether it's building diverse teams, bringing different perspectives, different experiences to the table. I'm very rarely seeing companies now just hire from one company, or maybe, oh, I want only Google's, only Amazon people, these big orgs. If every security engineer you have on your team is from these big, giant organizations, that's also not diverse. We need people from all walks of life, all backgrounds, all areas of the world. It is so freaking important to really just build a smart team, honestly, whether it's culture fits, different areas of the country. I'm a big remote pusher, so that's big for me. But it's not only going to make for a stronger workforce, but it also helps to create a more inclusive and equitable industry. Why would you want to go work somewhere where nobody thinks like you and like nobody looks like you? Inclusivity, it's important. People do their best work when they're comfortable. And companies are starting to recognize this, so it is a plus. Industry is constantly evolving, so is the hiring landscape. So as much in the newsletters, I'm big on newsletters, for example, staying in the know as much as possible, even like, I know we're not stockbrokers, but when it comes to job searching and closing big deals, that stock actually means a lot. Take a look at the stock market. Take a look at also too, like, where are your peers going? If you've worked at a certain company in your past and you notice all these people are going to a certain industry, where are the most talented people in this industry going to work? You want to work there. You want to work with the best people. You want to work with people that can make you better. And you want to go somewhere where you can make the people around you better. And that's a big push for the trend that we've been seeing, which is a big plus. And I wanted to keep things short and sweet, honestly. But things are on the up and up when it comes to security hiring. It's trending upward. Feel free to ask me about anything at all. But yeah, questions? Go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you, Erin. Questions?
Hello. You mentioned coding skills and infrastructure as code skills. Do you see a lot of Terraform like appetite or like looking for like Terraform skills, or are there like HashiCorp tools?
I do. So I would say the past 2 or 3 cloud security engineer positions I worked on were Terraform heavy. So 100%. Any cloud skills are good. Of course, the most I see is AWS, GCP. I know I've got a lot of Microsoft, Azure folks, LinkedIn. That's great too, but multi-cloud is the what everyone wants ideally, or at least 2 of the 3 major clouds. Terraform. I feel like last year, maybe the year before, it was everyone on Kubernetes. Now everything's Terraform, but honestly, the more tools and languages you touch, the better.
Hi. What questions would you recommend candidates as they ask employers? Like, I'm pretty much trying to go through a bunch of different lists, and it's hard to remember.
Questions like at the end of your interview. So take this case by case. Each company is so different. Each industry is so different. A large company is going to look different than a small company. So something I always tell my candidates that I work with is like, we are going to take every role on a case-by-case basis. One position that you're working on and interviewing for, it might be your dream job, and you're going to probably have different questions for your dream job and your dream head of security or CISO to work with than you are if maybe you're just dusting yourself off and starting to interview. So take it case by case. Do some research on the company. Companies are always pushing out blogs. Honestly, just do your research and due diligence on the company and the role, how you can impact, and spin it that way, because that's kind of digging into like that passion piece. Fake it till you make it. If you don't have passion for the product, like at least figure out what the product is, what the company does, Spend about at least 30 minutes, whip out a note. I'm a big notebook, paper, pen person, and like write down some key pieces you noticed about the company. Because hiring managers, when you ask about the company and the product, that's a +1 for them. They're like, oh, you care about our company, you care about the product, you're passionate about this. It's gonna be more significant than just what's your favorite part of working here? But take it case by case. Every company's absolutely different. Okay.
All right. If that is it, let's give Erin another round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you.